What's up, operators? This is Reps4Thor Weekly, episode 3. Last week, we talked about Cloudflare and what happens when the internet runs through a handful of giant pipes. This week, we're going to talk about something that messes with people in a different way, because it messes with your brain more than your bandwidth. Deepfakes, voice cloning, synthetic media, and how to spot a fake without turning into a conspiracy gremlin who thinks every bird is a drone with a tiny microphone. Let's start simple. A deepfake is media that looks or sounds like a real person, but it's generated or heavily altered by AI. That can mean a video where someone appears to say something they never said, a phone call that sounds like your friend but isn't, or a clip that's real but edited in a way that changes the meaning. Not all fakes are deepfakes, and not all deepfakes are high-tech. Some of the most effective fakes are still just good old-fashioned deception. A cropped screenshot, an edited quote, or a video with missing context. The big change right now is that the cost of producing convincing fakes is dropping fast and the scale is increasing. 10 years ago, making a good fake took time, skill, and money. Today, a motivated scammer can mass produce convincing junk in minutes. So the question isn't, can everything be faked? Because yes, a lot can. The better question is, what should I verify and how? Because if you try to verify everything, you'll become exhausted and cynical. If you verify nothing, you'll become a free-range victim. We're aiming for the middle path. Calm, practical, and annoying to scammers. Here's the first rule I want you to tattoo on your soul. If a message triggers urgency, fear, or excitement, slow down. That's not a philosophical statement, it's an operational one. Scams and misinformation don't win by being perfect. They win by making you react before you think. If you feel your heart rate change, that is your cue to put the phone down for 10 seconds and ask one question. What would it look like if this was fake? If that question instantly produces a plausible answer, you just earned a verification step. Now, let's break down deepfakes into categories because deepfake is a big bucket. There's face swap video, where someone's face is mapped onto another person's head. There's lip sync and talking head generation, where a model generates the mouth movement and expression to match audio. There's fully synthetic video, where the entire scene is generated. There's voice cloning, where a model generates speech in someone's voice. And there's hybrid fakes, where pieces are real but stitched together into a lie. Each one has tells. But the more important idea is this. You don't need to become a forensic analyst. You need a few habits that give you leverage. Let's talk about what's actually easy to fake right now. Short clips are easier to fake than long ones. A 10-second gotcha video is much easier to generate than a full conversation with natural timing, overlapping speech, and consistent lighting and movement. Audio is often easier to fake than video, especially in the conditions people actually experience. A phone call with low-quality audio, compression artifacts, and background noise is the perfect environment for a voice clone to hide. You're not listening for perfection, you're listening for familiarity, and that's the trap. Text is the easiest to fake of all because it has always been easy to fake. Screenshots are not proof. A screenshot is just a picture of words. Treat screenshots like unverified rumors until you can corroborate. Now, what's harder to fake? It's harder to fake interactive, live, multi-turn conversations where the other side needs to respond to unexpected questions naturally, especially if you add constraints. It's harder to fake long-form video with consistent lighting, reflections, and motion, especially when hands, teeth, and fine detail are involved. The tech keeps improving, but long and complex still raises the bar. It's harder to fake a claim that can be independently verified through multiple reputable sources that don't all share the same origin. And that last part is key. A lot of misinformation looks convincing because it's repeated, not because it's true. So here's your second rule. Don't count mentions. Count independent confirmations. If 10 accounts all post the same clip and they all link back to the same original unknown source, you don't have 10 confirmations. You have one suspicious source with 10 megaphones. Now let's get into practical verification habits you can do in real life. For video, the first thing I do is go hunting for the original context. Where did this clip come from? What's the earliest upload? Who posted it first? Is it from a known event, a press conference, a live stream, or is it floating in the void with no provenance? And if the clip has no clear source, treat it like a campfire story. Interesting, but not something you bet your worldview on. Second, look for incongruities. Is the audio quality different than the room? Is the lighting inconsistent across the face and background? Do shadows behave weirdly? Do reflections in glasses or shiny surfaces look off? Do hands do that uncanny spaghetti thing? Are teeth doing something unnatural? Is the mouth movement slightly out of sync? Do earrings or hair flicker in and out? If you notice one weird thing, don't declare it fake. Weird happens. Compression happens. But if you notice multiple weird things, that's your signal to verify with a source you trust. Third, check the timing and framing. A lot of manipulations are not generated by AI. They're created by cutting before and after the critical moment. You see a reaction without the cause. You see a statement without the question. You see the punchline without the setup. If a clip makes someone look monstrous, ask yourself, what did we not see? Now, for images, your best friend is a reverse image search, and your second best friend is skepticism about too perfect. If you see an image that looks like it was designed to make you feel exactly one emotion as efficiently as possible, treat it like an ad. Because it probably is. But the most important category right now for everyday people is voice. Voice scams are growing because they're effective and cheap. The scam pattern is simple. You get a call or a voicemail. Sounds like your boss, your spouse, your kid, your friend. It says there's an emergency. It says don't tell anyone. It says act now. It wants money, gift cards, a bank transfer, a password reset code, or a sensitive piece of information. Here's the defense. It's not a tool. It's a protocol. You need a verification ritual that you do every time, no exceptions. And it can be stupid simple. Step 1, break the channel. If you get a call, do not continue the call for verification. Hang up and call the person back using a number you already have, like from your contacts, or message them through a different channel you've used before. The key is that you don't trust the channel the attacker initiated. Step 2, use a shared secret. This can be a family phrase, a code word, or a personal question that a stranger couldn't answer quickly. Something not guessable, not, what's your birthday? Because that can be found. Something like, what was the name of that ridiculous restaurant we laughed at? Or, what's the one word we always say when the dog steals socks? It doesn't have to be fancy. It just has to be shared and not public. Step 3, slow down the transaction. Any request involving money, credentials, or sensitive data gets a cooling off period. Even 5 minutes breaks the spell. Scams rely on urgency. Remove urgency and the scam loses power. Now, I can already hear someone saying, but what if it's a real emergency? If it's a real emergency, verification won't hurt it. Calling back won't hurt it. Using a code word won't hurt it. The only thing verification hurts is a scam. And yes, sometimes scammers can be emotionally brutal. They will try to keep you on the line. They will try to make you feel guilty. They will try to make you panic. That's why protocols matter. Protocols are how you stay calm when emotions are being weaponized. Now let's talk about deepfakes in the world news sense and why this is a global problem. The danger isn't just one fake video. The danger is the erosion of trust. When people see enough convincing fakes, they start believing everything is fake. That's called the liar's dividend. Real evidence can be dismissed as AI, and fake evidence can be pushed as real, and everyone retreats into whatever they already wanted to believe. So our job as citizens of the internet is not to become paranoid, it's to become disciplined. Discipline means you don't share something just because it's spicy. You share it because you can support it. Disciplined means you're comfortable saying, I don't know yet. That's a superpower now. because the internet rewards instant takes. Reality rewards patience. Now, if you build things online, there are a few additional tips. If you run a business, make sure your team has a verification workflow for sensitive requests, invoice changes, payroll changes, vendor banking changes, password reset requests, new device enrollments. You would be shocked how many breaches happen because someone emailed accounting and said, "Hey, I'm traveling, send the payment to this new account." Deepfakes don't even need to be involved, but voice and video can add pressure and credibility. So build a policy, no payment changes without out-of-band verification, no exceptions. Make it boring, make it routine, make it enforceable. If you're a creator, watermarking and provenance tools can help, but the bigger thing is establishing a consistent official channel so your audience knows where to find real statements. A pinned post, a verified page, a clear link hub. When fakes circulate, your audience needs a simple way to check the source. Now, I want to give you a practical weekly challenge. This week, set up one shared secret with the people who matter. If you have a spouse or partner, pick a code phrase for urgent situations. If you have kids, teach them a simple question and answer that proves identity, like a call and response. If you have close friends, pick something lightweight you can use if you ever get a weird message. Then decide your rule. Any request for money or sensitive information triggers the protocol. Break the channel, verify, slow down. That's it. That's the whole thing. You don't need to learn machine learning. You don't need to buy expensive tools. You need habits. And if you want one more bonus habit, here it is. Before you share a clip or a screenshot, wait 10 minutes. If you still care in 10 minutes, verify it. If you don't, congratulations. You just avoided being someone's free distribution network. All right, operators, that's episode 3. Deepfakes are real, voice cloning is real, misinformation is real, but so is your ability to stay calm, verify smart, and refuse to be rushed. Be curious, be skeptical, be kind, and don't let the internet turn you into a professional outrage consumer. This is Reps4Thor in transmission.